And we're back.
We're back. Here we go.
I'm so happy to be here.
Are you? It
I
doesn't
am.
seem like it. It seems like you just want to be a world traveler and that's it.
Well, I'll tell you this. Traveling has its benefits. I really enjoyed DC, man.
Tell me about it.
Man, listen. I wanted you to go bad. Hey, life happens. I completely get it. For those of you who don't know, I'll talk about me before I get in the Jimmy situation. My grandmother passed this past Thursday, unfortunately, on my way to Washington, D.C. She passed in South Florida, and we had to make an emergency detour down there real quick. But she's in a better place now. You know how that feels, right, bud?
Yeah, I do. Grandmas deserve that peace.
Yeah, I know you were really close with your grandma.
Super close.
Yeah, you guys had a bunch of social media stuff.
Listen, don't get me all teared up thinking about grandma, because that's emotional.
Well, think about that. My grandmother passes 3 days before Mother's Day. How do you think my mom was? But anyway, I was able to speak to her and spend some time with her in South Florida before we came to D.C. Good. And obviously, we talked Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. We talk every day, but it's just different when you experience that kind of tragedy.
Of course.
But
sorry for your loss, but grandparents are just here all the time, so I'm sorry.
It hits different when you can't be with the family for that time of grief. Mm-hmm. However, we'll have that time of bereavement in the next couple of weeks here in South Florida. So, yeah, you know how that goes. But you got to spend some time with your mom on Mother's Day, which is awesome.
It is. It is awesome. I got to hang out with her and enjoy life, and she appreciates it because she's all by herself. So when I get to take the time to do that, then it's definitely cherished.
Yeah, but she's right up the road, so she's pretty close. What, 30-minute drive or less?
Yeah, that's about 30 minutes, maybe 40. Sometimes it's traffic.
Yeah, living in that rich people community must be nice.
Oh, you stop it, rich people community. It's not even a community. It's not even a community.
The entire area is pretty too rich for my blood. That's what I'll say. But the people don't want to hear about that. You know what they want to hear about? They want to hear a little bit about DC.
Yes, they do.
So I was able to post some pictures. You were able to post some stuff on our IG, Off Patrol Life. Check it out if you get a chance. Obviously, our ex is jumping off. Personal Facebook, personal Instagram. So we've been doing our thing, man. It's just a slow burn. We're trying to get our followers and subscribers up, huh?
Yeah, it's slow motion, but I mean, it's just the way it is. We can't just be like, poof, here we go. I quit my job and we're living big. We're living large. It ain't like that. So we're just gonna keep on grinding and see where this goes.
That's what we do. I mean, we're men of the people. We're not here to get rich. We're here to give the people what they want, Jim.
This is true, and let's give it to them.
Well, this is the People's Podcast. I will say this about DC before we move on into some other stuff. Bro, the city was looking good, man. The weather was fantastic.
I want to go so bad. So bad.
So good. There were cops everywhere. I didn't see a bunch of crime taking place, but we had a really good time. And next year we gotta definitely do it real big, and get the whole crew together, man, out there in DC. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We'll plan this a little bit further out where the other person that's supposed to cover my shift doesn't say I'm going to take vacation and then leave me hanging when I'm supposed to go hang out with you guys. So yeah, that stung. That really did sting. I was mad.
A little bit of a burn, man.
I mean, seniority trumps, the 23 years working there, and then trumps my 10 years. So
there's not much you can do about it, but
nope.
I'll say this: a lot of it was on social media. There's going to be YouTube stuff all over the place. We try to track it down. but I'll make sure I insert some nice stuff here
All
on the
right.
screen about DC.
You do your thing, man. You're just a magician with this editing.
Learning the tricks of the trade, my friend.
I mean, you're good. You're good.
I appreciate it. So here we go. I did some research, taking a look at all the stuff from the weekend, and here's my tally. I got a tally of 39 calls. Looks like 7 chases from the weekend that they showed. 7 chases, 6 felony arrests, 3 misdemeanor arrests, obviously the triple play, and then they had those 4 previously ons, or what we call packages, which were recorded prior to the show. And of course we had 2 favorites. We had Captain Tom Rizzo, and then there was Officer Tillman from, I forgot the agency he's from.
Yeah, you got me off guard on that one.
Me too. Barry's United. Bergen Barry's United.
I like him. He's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a mellow fella.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you know what? These guys got that look, man. That superstar look.
Right.
You know, I don't have that look.
Listen, when I see Rizzo, he's just like, and he does this. I'm just like, damn, like that dude's so jacked.
Yeah.
I'm like, just so clean cut. I'm like,
yeah,
that's the man right there.
Chiseled jaws, perfect teeth.
Right.
Those eyes. I gotta get braces, man. I'm gonna get braces so I can be a TV star one of these days. What do you think?
Forget all that. No. Samuel Jackson didn't have braces.
Yeah, you're right. Yes. Put my hair down in front of my face. But no, very, very, very busy weekend. And I guess we may as well start from the very beginning because, Friday night was bonkers with your snake in the pants guy.
Bro, he was just wild, but in like a mellow way. And I was just like, when you're coming onto the scene, you're thinking, okay, like you're expecting like a naked guy, and then here he was just, black shirt, black pants, which was kind of off of the description, and fully clothed, and he was just He was just chilling. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, did he really, get naked? Who knows? I mean, nobody wanted to like be a witness, right? And say, okay, here's my report on this. So what do? You just say, all right, get out of here?
I don't know. We're going to take a look at the screen and see if we can't share this just for a second. Let's get a minute or two of this, and then let's see what we got here.
Good evening. Let's go right back to Toledo, Ohio, where now 2 other officers, Officer G and Mullenix, are now also searching for the guy who was apparently taking his clothes off, walking around his underwear, and potentially trying to take those off.
Allegedly.
Greenwood and Roland sitting right on the tracks. Okay.
32, yes we did. It's going to be...
Hey, what's going on?
Isn't that great? Isn't that just fantastic?
That's just, it's harmless. It really was. It was harmless. And when he talks about, what was in his pants, I mean, I would have investigated more. I would have said, stay here with him. I'm going to find the snake. That's me.
You are too much. I can't hold it together with you sometimes. I think he would have just showed you. You didn't have to go find where the snake was.
I want proof.
Well, don't we all?
Yeah.
I will say this, this is something that I thought was absolute. I had to do this, and I feel bad, but I just had to do it. Did you see this?
Oh boy.
when you have a snake in your pants and official OB Live announces it on national TV. That's how you pose for it. Boom.
That's it. I mean,
what a man.
That's great. That's a look right there.
Yeah, I mean, who am I to judge, man? I don't know what people got going on.
Yeah, some people just they're in their own world.
Well, the disappointing part about this for some people, not for me or for you, but for some people, was it was back-to-back naked guy calls, and nobody was naked.
Nope.
Not that
but it was like the Twilight Zone, because everything kind of flowed with one episode, and then the next night everything flowed like all consecutive weirdness.
You can't make it up, man. It's just perfect.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some tremendous stuff. I appreciated the effort by those officers. They were very patient. They waited their turn. They let him do his thing, and then
send him on his way.
Send him on his way. No need to
try
to arrest anybody or anything.
Nah, he seemed pretty harmless, and he seemed like he was, I would say, in his own good headspace, where he was just like, all right, I'm just gonna go home. I know where I'm going. I'm getting there, and leave me alone. So they left him alone, and that was it. It was pretty chill.
All right, so here we are. Another call I want to kind of go over. Did you see? Obviously, you got to catch that chase toward the end of the show in Berkeley County. Now, what happened was they ended up getting what they call beats out of it, like 4 or 5 different beats out of it. A call or run, but they'll go away, then they'll come back, then they'll go to commercial, then they'll come back, then they'll go to another call, then they'll come back. That's called a beat. Every time they go to it and then come back to it later.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Not that I'm telling all their trade secrets, but Deputy Devontae Smith was on the call. K9 Corporal, I think BJ Nelson was on the call. And I think the way they handled that call was okay. We'll pick it up from right there. How about that?
Let's do it.
Birds up. Dogs getting on the ground. And the perimeter set already, I think.
Yeah. Driver ran that way past me.
Both of them black males.
Black male, about 6'1". Blue beanie with black, all black. The shoes look black in the video. The other guy was all black with like really like pandas. Like great pandas.
All right. I'm going to stop it right there. There's so much information in that clip, that little few second clip. Tell me what sticks out to you.
The pandas.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about pandas. He's running through the woods in dunks and black and white pandas. Yep. Come on, bro. You got to leave those behind or something.
I mean, they're a little overrated these days. It's one of the most hated shoes out there for actual shoe people. If you watch some of these sneakerhead guys, I watch them on TikTok, and they'll talk about shoes this, shoes that, and how much shoes are worth, and they'll always be like, what's the most overrated shoe? And they'll be like, pandas. They just slam pandas. I love them. I mean, I almost had the chance to get some at the outlets, and I was like, nah, I was like, it's just going to be a fad. I was like, I'm not going to jump on board with it. So, yeah, pandas stick out, and the blue beanie sticks out.
Yeah, I didn't jump on the fad either. But can it be assumed when you're talking about shoe guys and descriptions of things of that nature that the officer who says that they're pandas is a shoe person as well, maybe sneakerhead?
Yeah.
Yes, she is. She must be. Whoever she is. I don't remember her name, but she was on with that chase on Saturday night. We'll get to that in a little bit. Remember her with that red Volkswagen that I used to own.
I was going to say that. I was like, it's Mike's old car.
We'll get to it. My wife's old car. But Devontae Smith, he's got the rifle out.
Yep.
He's ready to go. Things like a nice little, tiny one too. Wasn't a big boy.
No. Or maybe just looks small in his hands.
Maybe.
He's a big boy.
Thinking maybe a SWAT, maybe operator, maybe not.
I think so. I mean, He looks the part.
Yeah, he has the chops for it. Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out Deputy Devontae Smith. What now? Let me ask you this: is he just a deputy? Or is he something else? I gotta look at the thing.
Ooh,
Master deputy.
I always get confused with the master deputy, and then there's a sergeant, and then the deputy things.
It's different.
It is different. It is different
because they go deputy, master deputy. I think they go to corporal, like Bryce was telling us last week. Then the sergeant.
Yeah.
Right. I think so. I don't know. We don't have corporal positions, but I wish we did. So the hunt was on, right? They get into the woods. Now, here's something else that jumped out to me. When we're talking about finding or trying to find suspects, the one thing I like to do is get on it. Let's establish our perimeter. Let's get our description out. Let's get the airship up. Let's get the dog on the ground as soon as possible. But that's easy for me to say because I'm not a canine handler. You see how he just took his time? He's got the lead. He's walking around talking. He gets the dog. He's taking his time, right? No rush. Yep. Do you notice that?
Yeah. Letting the dog do its thing because, they got the smells. We don't.
My bad. There's something else I don't quite understand. Why do you think he was just like lounging around? It's almost like when somebody gets in a crash and evac shows up, not the bash evac. I love evac. We know evac people. Nothing more to say there. But they get on scene, they're laughing, they're giggling, they're taking their time, getting the whatever that gurney thing's called that is motorized. I'm like, would you guys come on? Something's going on over here. We don't make sure somebody does not expire on us. Yeah. While you guys are talking about your lunch that you had 3 days ago. What's the problem?
Just lackadaisical, maybe? Or just maybe, I don't know.
I'm going to say this.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to give a strong opinion here, and it's going to be something that's controversial. People are going to jump in the comments and talk bad about me. I think that type of action or lack of action, lack of urgency, stems from overconfidence.
Okay.
Overconfidence. I think the evac people think, we can save them. It's no big deal. Either they're alive or they're dead. And if they're dead, why rush? And if they're dying, we can save them.
Okay. That's a fair opinion. I mean, I don't have an opinion because I'm not in that field, but I mean, you can voice it all day long and say that. Nothing wrong with that.
And in that same vein, you get canines. I'm not just talking about BJ, but other canines. I've seen this where they're just, we'll get them.
Let the dog pull me and that's it.
Maybe we will, maybe we won't. And I'm like, are we just going for a walk here? Or are we trying to catch bad guys? All right. Jeez.
I like that attitude. I like we need to go, we need to move, we need to hustle. I'm not one for just, all right, let me milk it. I don't want to milk stuff. I want to get it done. Let's go. So yeah, we're on the same page 100% with that.
Yeah, let's go. But that's their gig. That's not mine. That's their jam. I'm not here to criticize them personally. I'm just saying that I've seen this happen over and over again in my career, whether it be a crash scene or a canine search. And it's just weird to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Now, I don't think they ended up catching anybody.
They did not. They did not catch anybody. They spent a lot of time in the woods, in the mud, and they have some Florida bugs there. I noticed those things flying around. I was like, that's Florida mosquitoes. They are there having a good time. And because we don't have any mosquitoes right now, I don't know what's going on, but it's been okay. And I'm okay with it because I get bit up all the time. Yeah. But when I saw those, I was getting itchy. I was like, nope. Like, I'll deal with all the other stuff. Mud, bugs, spiders. I'm okay with all that stuff. But mosquitoes, man, yeah. they get underneath my skin, bro. They get me.
I think that's the premise of a mosquito to get underneath your skin. So they're doing their job.
Literally. Okay. All right.
I'm not okay with all this spider talk. Let's start there. Frog talk or alligator talk. There's alligators in South Carolina. What is he doing in that water with the dog? It was a stream or something, right?
I mean, it could have been poo runoff. You don't know. It was black. It was murky. You don't know what was flowing in that thing, but they let the dog go in there. I would have taken a second and been like, all right, let me hold the dog. Hey, you go ahead and just look and see if you see any panda footprints in the mud, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just look for some mud prints.
Right. Should we clarify what panda is? Because the laymen, they think there's a wild panda in the woods in South Carolina somewhere.
All right, we'll fix this really quick. How about that?
Okay, let's fix it really quick.
Pandas.
Panda. Nike Dunk Lows are pandas. That's what
Those are pandas.
Those are pandas, folks.
So I think I would have not let the dog just go blindly into that mud pit. I would have said, okay, somebody just at least look and let's eliminate this as a possibility. Because the dog was just like, all right, this feels nice. It's cool on my belly. We've been walking for however many segments and there's mosquitoes everywhere.
Right. You're absolutely right. Exactly what happened.
So they didn't catch the guy, but the dog got a walk and somebody got an Altima impounded. You need some parts?
It was barely even damaged. I mean,
Bro, it was a
crash.
bump.
I was like, ugh.
It was a bump. That look. If you pulled it away from the tree, it would look like every other Altima out there.
Right, correct. Jeez, just a little dent.
100%. 100%. Every Altima has a dent either on the front bumper or on the back bumper.
Of course they do. So that basically ended the night. They went several beats with that, and they said they'd give us an update first shift on Friday, which was let's go.
Let's go.
What you got from
Bro, listen, Friday, meh, I was uninterested just because it just was kind of slow paced. And then you get into Saturday, you're getting some just cherries and berries and sirens and people running and people fleeing and all the things. And I was like, yes. I was like, this is what everybody wants. Yes. Everybody wants a Saturday night. Every department wants it. Every viewer wants it. I want it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you're absolutely right. The crazy part about it is, sometimes you get character stories like Snake in the Pants guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or the guy last week who was yelling and screaming, I was in the military, I want to rock my house, screaming for 15 minutes straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get Saturday night and it's all about the cops, not even really about the bad guys.
It was wild. And listen, I didn't know Ohio went so hard. Did anybody think Ohio would be Compton, New York City, Miami? It's everything rolled up into one, and I love it. I was like, why?
What? How?
I just, when I was first watching the show, I was like, Ohio. I was like, what could go on in Ohio? And there was the fires or this and that, and I was like, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm like, Ohio, gunshots. Ohio, blazes. Ohio, car chases. I'm like, all right, Ohio, it went up here. It went up a few pegs.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep. Fight, chase, everything, yeah.
Bro, everything.
They go hard. And so that's what you're alluding to is that 15 or so minute chase from Saturday night to start the show.
Mm-hmm. They had a good opener, and those girls they gave it. They gave it the juice, they gave it the beans, and they were on it, and they followed that guy all the way until he just said, all right, I give up. Like, these chicks ain't letting go, and we're just going to let it just explode right here on the side of the road. Just jump out, and that's it.
Right. And that was the crazy part. Just give up right on the side of the road. That's not, who cares?
But I will say, as a bystander watching this, I was screaming at that TV because I was like, where's their backup? Where's the spike strips? Can you pit them like the highway with the walls? I was like, there's 20-foot walls. I was like, you pit them, there's nowhere to run. I was screaming at the TV. I'm like, where is the backup? And like, you see like one unit that was ahead of them. I was like, he could have put spike strips. I was like, what is going on? I was mad. I was screaming at the TV, but I'm sure they have some kind of policy towards pitting, spike strips, all, because we haven't seen any spikes from them, right?
Right. And we had this conversation a few episodes ago. I asked the viewers, I asked the people, do they have stop sticks or anything tire deflation devices in Toledo? Obviously they don't, because not one cop. I saw 6, 7, 8 cops going the opposite direction of them. Somebody could have had strips out, right?
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe when they went down the dead end, they came back, can you block them? Can you, I think she said stop. I think she said stop at one point, just, randomly out. She just screamed it. And I was like, get in front of him, just block him so he can't get out. But, maybe there's a policy that says we can't block cars,
There must be. Let's check out. I think we can shoot right to the arrest of this guy.
The repeat guy.
Yeah, it's the repeat offender. Yeah, let's check this out.
You're good.
Love the communication. You're good. Clear left, clear right. Basically, you're good.
You're good.
Green light. And then hard brakes. Hard brakes. Hard brakes.
I think he's stopping. Hands up! Hands! You're the same idiot that did this a couple months ago.
Amazing.
Unlock the... Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hands behind your back. He's not resisting. He's fine.
Good communication.
Wow. 2 months ago, too?
That's wild.
Unbelievable.
A repeater. They just love to just keep getting into trouble.
I mean, I don't want to talk about the justice system, but hey.
I guess you're right. It's not us. It's them, right?
It's absolutely wow. And then he just looks right at the camera when he's on the ground like, yeah, got me again, guys.
And I'm going to do it in 3 more months.
Hopefully not. Hopefully he's in there for 6 months.
We'll see, right?
Double him up. Give him 4 months. So, they keep doubling it, Ohio. Make it worth our while, please.
Right? So the next high-speed chase was the Fontana shoplifter. That guy was great. On the bicycle, he's like, I'm not stopping. And then he stopped. But it was just so weird because, he had all the stolen stuff and he had drugs. And then at the end, they just said, okay, we want our stuff back. And they're not going to press charges. But he had drugs on him and they just wrote him a citation. I was like, bro, you got to put this guy away for at least the drugs, All right, so he got a pass on the shoplifting. But the drugs, it wasn't a little bit of weed. It's drugs.
Yeah, I don't remember what drugs it was, though.
I thought he just said meth. Wow. I don't remember what he said, but I mean, it was more than weed.
In Florida, it's a felony, but California,
bro, that's what I'm saying. They just need to take a little more action with these people and be like, all right, we're gonna start putting you through the system instead of here's a citation. Now go smoke up, and we'll see you next week.
Wild idea. What a wild idea. Put pen to paper and let's get some action going on. But in some of these states, I don't want to be political, they, cater and they placate to criminals and, because the system is overloaded. I completely understand all that stuff. But you got to put bad guys in their place and let it work out. It's called a circle of life. They go in there, they may not come out if they, mess with the wrong guy. And then a problem solved. Not that we're wishing that on you. Are we wishing that on anybody, Jim?
No, of course not. But things happen for the better.
Well, pedophiles, maybe. Maybe. But never want them to get out. So if something happens to them, cool.
Bye-bye. Forever.
Murders.
Yep.
But, yeah. So he got away with it Saturday night.
He did. But onto real police work. Daytona Beach, baby.
Oh, I knew you were going to Daytona. How did
Listen,
I know? You know that area well, don't you?
I do. I love hometown stuff, and I love seeing all the streets, and I love seeing the action. And I'm like, that's my boys. They're getting it done. I love it. I wish you were there.
Yeah,
but you know, your crew handles it. Your crew handles it.
Well, let's talk about it for a second. That was Officer Goebel's first night.
First night.
Live night.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow. I was like, that guy just did awesome.
Rookie. No, that was his first night on the show. Interestingly enough, he was a canine officer. So when it comes to the foot chases and direction of travel and all of that, he's all over it. That house where that car bailed at, that's a known house for a bail spot because it's basically kind of like a drug hangout type spot. Mm-hmm. There's a hole in the fence that those guys run through. And if you don't know that area well, you'll get lost behind that house. They disappear through that hole. There's bushes on the other side. He cut out through there. And he continued towards Speedway and then shot behind another house that has a clothesline behind it. Ooh. Once you jump the fence and you start running again, there's a clothesline. And
I'm sure put there on purpose. Listen. Your boy, though, he hopped that fence. He face planted. He jumped up. Mind you, he like went through an obstacle course of trash.
Oh yeah.
He hopped up and he was on it. He didn't have no flashlight. He was just, I know what I'm doing. I'm going. And then finally jumped out that road and he just caught the glimpse and beelined it again. I was like, dude, this guy's running. Mm-hmm. He was good. Yeah, he did good.
What's with the old guy running? Just for a little dope?
I mean, there was a lot of pills.
Narcotery board.
And maybe some cocaine.
Maybe.
But I mean, nobody wants to get caught, dude. Nobody. It might be for something stupid. Mm-hmm. They don't want to get caught. They just said, you know what, I'm going to run and we're going to go through the secret hole in the fence and duck this clothesline and I'm out. But he didn't expect Goebel
former K9 Goebel to get him.
For real.
Did we ever find out what was going on at that church? Because the call started at the church, right?
I mean, look at that little guy.
Ah, that's strange.
It was strange. I think
maybe automatically
like, share, comment, subscribe.
Please.
They did it for us.
I love it.
It was just a pastor or a preacher that called and said that there was somebody loitering out back, and then Goebel went by and spotlighted him, and he took off. So.
Officer Marquez is when I first became a supervisor, he was a rookie that came to our shift, and he's come a long way. Former military, I don't know if you can tell that or not.
He was squared away.
Yeah. He's got a bright future. And I didn't like those people walking up on that traffic stop at all.
No, that was so much, but he stood his ground and he talked with assertiveness and he wasn't backing down. I liked it. I was like, this dude's squared away. Because it didn't faze him, but he held his own and said, get out of the street, get away from a traffic stop. He was on it. So, it wasn't like he did his thing.
And what was it, a street party? Every single person that walked up had alcohol in their breath or was inebriated?
I don't know where they came from, but were they all going to get in that car?
Yeah, maybe. Well, guess what? I know the area very well. I know where they were. It's right by BCU. But my thing is, they parked the car like a couple feet away in a private parking spot. It's like, why are you all here? Just stay at the house. Let us do our thing. The car will be there in a second.
They gotta get on TV because that little pop, 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 pop.
Make it clap.
No, but your boy did good, and everybody says, "Oh, window tints, BS, it's BS," but he did his thing. He had a legal traffic stop.
Yeah,
and he did it the right way. He checked it first, and then went about his business and said, okay, let me get your driver's license. And that was the proper way. So it was all legit.
Yeah,
and he cut him a break.
He did. It was all above board. And a lot of times when we ask somebody, do they know their license is suspended? They're going to always tell us no, right?
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't know is when we run their name a lot of the time, on the hit, it'll tell you that they were notified on such and such date.
Oh, interesting.
So they can lie to you and tell you they don't know. But if it's got a notification on there and it says they were notified, you can still take them, especially if you believe they're lying, which people do to police. They do lie.
Yeah. It's a lesser charge, right? If you don't know.
Well, yeah. Usually you give them a criminal citation for operating a vehicle or license suspended without knowledge, but with knowledge is an arrestable offense. So, yeah, good call.
Some people know it, and they're just gonna deny it. So,
of course. What else we got? What interests you? What sparked your attention from Saturday night? See if it's the same thing as mine.
A lot of things, but back to that last call.
Real quick.
With your boy Marquez.
Real quick.
I love how Richie Marr just pops up out of nowhere all the time. And he's just like, I'm here to make everybody feel happy and wonderful. And he does it. He's just, he's just chill and he's just smiling away and he just puts out some knowledge. And I don't know. It's a good vibe. It's a real good vibe when I see him.
Yeah, it is. It is. I thought you were going to say that old lady tried to get Marquez's number. And
the ring was just sitting right there while she's asking. I was like, she married. She's married. But I forgot about that. But yeah, that was great. I was like,
alcohol.
Let me drink, twerk, and talk to this cute guy, Marquez.
Oh, Tenderoni.
While I'm married.
Tenderoni Marquez. That's what I'm going to call him from here on out. I love it.
You want to know what I thought stood out?
Let's go.
I mean, so there's a couple things that stood out, but if it was me during the whole damn episode, it was the old lady in the Lexus GX 460 that got spike stripped. I was like, oh, grandma just tore up the Lexus. She pulled into the parking spot and she had 4 flats. And I was like, no, not the Lexus, just because I have a Lexus. And I was like, Lexus. Yeah, I was like, that stood out real fast when I saw that.
Yeah, that was tough stuff, man. I wonder, was that another call she got stuck on by mistake, or what was the deal with that?
What do you mean?
4 flats.
She didn't pull over for the trooper with the hat or the deputy with the hat.
Oh, the deputy. Oh, yeah.
Like 6 units, and I think they were going to do a sobriety check on her. She came out the truck with no shoes on. Her bunions were just hurting.
Yeah. I remember that. That was hilarious.
I mean, it wasn't the highlight of the entire show, but if you ask me what stuck out, I mean, the Lexus, the Audi, there's things that I always pick up on. I'm like, ooh, an Audi,
It's amazing since you own those vehicles,
Oh, whatever. You had a Volkswagen.
Oh, yeah.
A red Volkswagen.
A Volkswagen.
I will say, she drove that police car like nobody's business. And I love the way they showed the speedometer, 121, 122, 123, 124. And they're like, all right, let's go back to the front because she's still going. And I was like, she's just hammer down. Yeah. You're not getting away. And she was so fair.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I go to these car meets and stuff, and the cops like, okay, you got to go. And everybody leaves.
Yep.
But there's always that one that wants to do something stupid, rev the motor or something. Like, they're giving you a pass. Like, we're not allowed to be here. You're taking up all the pumps. Let's just leave and go find another spot. Nope, that guy had to... He had to take one for the team.
They love to take over the pumps, and I never quite understood that. Why they have to be so, I don't know, look at me, Louis. You know what I mean? My car's so nice. We know your car's nice. You don't got to take over people's gas pumps. Come on, guys.
Nope. You remember when they used to do the perpendicular parking?
My bad.
Ta-da.
Something's going on here. Yes.
They used to back up to the pump perpendicular parking. That was the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, come on.
I
Like,
don't remember that actually.
you don't remember that? That was just the stupidest trend ever, and it only lasted a couple months.
For a reason.
Yeah.
For a very good reason. No, she actually did a great job. I think that cutting them a break, saying, hey, get out of here, take off, no big deal, was a smart move. He drew attention to himself. She said,
100%.
hey, let's do this. She did it, and she didn't give up. You know what I mean?
She did. She said, all right, you want to play?
Let's play,
I'm bored.
baby. Yeah, let's go. And then I'm not going to say the best part, but I got kind of excited about the girlfriend. I'm not going to go out. I'm going to say something here. It wasn't the best felony stop I've ever seen. Who saw on that one? But then the female passenger would refuse to keep her hands up, and then she wouldn't follow the deputy's orders. And I don't know if you saw right at the end there, she kind of got face planted because she started pulling away.
She did. Yep. She took the L.
She did. But the deputy went ahead and did a great job and said, hey, we aren't the bad guys here. Your boyfriend brought this on you guys. So it's on him. Don't get mad at us. Yeah. And so she was taken into custody, and then she started hyperventilating. But I don't know anything about what you're talking about with that perpendicular parking. You got some kind of images of that?
Bro. I mean, they used to do this, like back up to the pump.
That was a real thing.
Yeah. They used to do it at like car meets and stuff. They'd be like, all right, let's go to Buc-ee's and gas up. I have pictures somewhere on my phone of these idiots doing that stuff. I was like, why? Why are you taking up all that space? But yeah, it used to be a thing.
Everybody wants to do something new.
They do. And I'm just like, all right, yeah, like that's a stupid new thing to do, but people did it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. That's strange. What else got your attention? Because you are the attention man, and you look at things from a different spectrum than I do. That's one thing I love about, you being in the civilian side, but you went through the police academy with me, all your friends. You got a bunch of cops that are friends, but you see things a little bit different than the average layperson watching the show. So what popped out? What else popped out?
So Lee County had the Audi that they pulled over, which was stolen.
Yeah.
The two guys, they were like, oh, what do you mean stolen? And the dude was like, it's stolen. And they honestly looked shocked. So I was like, stolen cars don't just pull over.
Nope.
They don't just get out the car and put their hands up and say, you got me. Like, if you got an Audi, you're going. You're driving it until the wheels fall off, like everybody else did that night.
Because you can in an Audi.
Yeah, and it's stolen, so it's like in my car. But yeah, allegedly. So they pulled over and they took him into custody, and then Dan wrapped up with it was a rental. Don't know, maybe the rental company said, okay, they had it too long, and they call it in stolen. Nobody clarified, but they got let go, which was good. I mean, they were really nice and they were complying. So
right. So you're all over it when you say that. But this is how it normally goes. And this happens a lot. Think of U-Haul or Enterprise, right?
Mm-hmm.
You sign this agreement. You say you return the car on this day, but that seemed to be a Toro, maybe rental of some sort, where they rented it from a person individually.
Oh yeah.
And I think what happened was maybe, just maybe, he wanted his car back by a certain time. He reported the car stolen. What we call that is a failure to return leased equipment. Will enter the car as stolen, but it's not the same exact thing as if somebody walked into your driveway, hot wired your car, and drove off.
Gotcha.
An agreement, which is kind of civil. And then what happened from there is, you didn't return the car when you said you would return it. So what we ended up doing is, I can't get a hold of these people. Their method of payment isn't working. The agency reports it as stolen. So it may have been a miscommunication. But those deputies did mention Miami-Dade County, and they have so much work going on down there. It's just like, I entered a stolen. Let's go on to the next one. Who knows?
Fair enough. So
yeah.
But in the end, it worked out well for everybody because, it could have went worse, honestly.
Way worse.
So,
way worse. So you were all over it, man. They looked so surprised. They're like, what do you mean stolen?
Yeah.
And then they found I guess the rental agreement. We'll get an update, I hope, on First Shift as well, coming up Friday night.
Next up was Richland, another pursuit. Shocker.
Some say the greatest call of the weekend. Some say. I don't know, because they were working that other call first.
Literally, it was the G37 Infinity that was running.
Mm-hmm.
Person bailed out somewhere in the back, gone. The other two got what was coming to them. And then, bro, but how scary was that again, the entire complex came out. The entire complex. It wasn't like 15 people. That was like 50 people? 100 people? It was, they just kept walking out like zombies. I was like, oh my God. I was like, thank God there's extra units, but sometimes it's not always good.
No.
Sometimes it's not always good. It just draws more attention. So
right. And the more lights, the more people, and there's always that one guy that can sneak around when nobody's paying attention and be the ambush guy. I hate those type of calls, man.
Yeah, that was sketchy. But then literally it was more sirens, more lights, and we're going. We're going to get the next one.
Well, if you notice what Sergeant Hughes said, I heard briefly on the radio, there was an LPR hit on a stolen vehicle. So she said they're going 10-0. I think she said that's the code they use, which is they're chasing this vehicle. And then everybody just sprinting to the car like, let's get out of here. You leave the couple of deputies here handling this, and her and Master Deputy Perez are off to their SUVs like bats out of hell, man. They're going. Let's go, baby. It was nice.
So in that chaos, I got to ask you ever mix up a patrol car with somebody else?
Oh, yeah. But as soon as you get in, because the seat's different or something's out of place, like, oh, crap.
I was like, I could see how that's an issue. I was like thinking, how do you not know your own car? I was like, thousands of flashing lights, 7 of the same vehicle. I was like, I guess it could happen. Gotta ask, though.
Well, if you notice, and that's why when I had my Explorer, I put the letters Explorer on the front, because so whenever I have, and a sticker on the window on the side and something on the back as well. That way, I'm always walking up to my car, nobody else's car. People thought I was crazy for spending $50 to decipher my car from the other 400 that looked like it, but it worked.
So just so you know, that car's around the corner.
I know exactly where it is. I was in DC with Who Has It now, so I know.
There we go. I always see it. I'm always like, oh, there it is.
There it is. Beautiful thing. I missed that car. It was a good time.
Do you?
Yeah, I do, man. I had no cage in that car. I had a little transmission.
I'd say it was
issue.
nice.
Yeah, they knocked it out.
It was nice.
To go, man. Got a new tranny in it like right away. So anyway, they're off on this chase before I get you going.
Off subject. I don't want to talk about my Explorer. Anyways, they're off on the chase. They're going.
They're cooking, man.
Lights are going.
Yep.
Sirens are going.
Yep.
And they're barreling down to the next apartment complex.
Of course.
That was a pretty good chase. It was lengthy.
It was. And it was an actual crash this time on a stolen Kia and bailout.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got, some would say, treacherous. Passenger gets taken into custody. No issues there. He gives up in the backyard of the complex somewhere. But that driver, ooh.
Why didn't they show it, Michael? Why didn't they show it? They should have just kept showing it so everybody would think, I never want to get dog bit again or at all.
Well, let's talk about it. Give me your description of what happened, and I'm going to give you mine.
Okay, so if you've ever seen Friday, the movie, it was literally that. I jumped over the fence, and the dog, he bit me right in the ass, son. Man, that dog got a mouthful of everything.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like a pinch. It wasn't like a cheek. It wasn't like a thigh. It was The whole thing.
Where do you buy them at? Tell me the word. Tell me the word. What word are you going to use?
Got him right in the gooch. Got him right in the gooch. That's the in between, folks.
Woo! Oh.
I wish my dog could do that.
Oh, no.
Do you feel bad? Do you?
I feel the pain of.
Okay. I'm just making sure you didn't feel bad because that guy.
No.
He got what he deserved.
He got what he deserved. So listen, when we go through the police academy and when we're going through our phase 1 training in different agencies, at Daytona, we got the dog bite suit. We got the suit. So we were actually bitten through the suit by these animals. And I'm telling you right now, we didn't even have any Malinois. They were all shepherds at the time. And I'm telling you right now, you feel like they're going to break your bone through the suit. The pressure they put on a limb is outrageous, let alone, Jim, soft tissue or an external organ.
Ooh.
What some would say the gooch, but he got him right there in the nether regions. And I'm talking about he's got the full frontal, he's got taint, and he's got a little bit of what I perceived as butt cheek all in his mouth at the same time. He's trying to fight the dog because who wouldn't when you're getting bit there? And then you see the deputy kind of giving it to him, right? In the bush. Was that what I saw?
Yeah,
Whoa,
and fireworks.
What is that? Oh, yeah.
Are you pushing buttons over there? What's going on?
My hands are free. I have no idea what's going on.
It's the excitement. Explosions.
It's amazing. So amazing. That was wild.
It was. It was wild. I guess one day we should just break out the bite sleeve and get my dog to.
How you going to get her off?
She listens.
She listens. Okay. Well,
100%, dude. 100%. I'll send you a video.
Oh, Lord.
Then maybe you can put it on here.
Let's get with Chaz and see if he can help us out a little bit.
Bro, he had one of his dogs slam me. I have a video of that too.
With the bite suit on or the sleeve?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that vaguely.
Yeah. I got that too. I'll send it to you. Let me slip it in here.
Shout out to Richland County Sheriff's Department for that fantastic chase, that canine apprehension. That all went well, man. I was happy with what we witnessed this weekend, man.
Yeah, everybody did great.
Yeah.
Everybody did great.
Yeah.
Some things could use some tweaking, but yeah. What do I know? I'm on this side of the TV.
I'm with you, bud. No big deal. No big deal at all.
So what do you got going on this week?
All right, so as this is airing, I am in some would say an observation training class for a great opportunity that I have coming up with a great company in the state of Maine. I'll be trying to check out the show Friday and Saturday. I will not be back in town till Monday, and then I go out of town next weekend as well for my grandmother's funeral. So it's just been a really busy time, and that's hopefully the extent of my travel for the summer. However, like I said, my daughter just finished tech school in Texas, and then she's off to California next. So her mom and I may fly out and get with her and make sure everything's good at some point this summer as well. We don't have any family vacations coming up, but we're having a great time. We got to catch up, get the place all straightened, get ready for the holidays coming up because 4th of July is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And all the goodies, man. Who knows? You may have a barbecue.
Ooh, maybe we'll do a little cook-off.
Ooh, that sounds great. Who wants
right?
If you want to see a cook-off, put it down in the comments down below. If you want to see me and Jim, and maybe we could even, do something a little live for them. Show them a little thing or two on here.
Yeah, we'll go live for that. I mean, that'd be great.
Heck yeah, man. Men of the people.
I'll order the pizza. You would make the food. I'm not a cook. I've seen what you do. You're a magic man.
Well, I'll lose the Papa John's, man. I mean, can you beat that stuff?
That sauce.
Ooh, Marco's.
Polo?
It's all good, baby. So there was so much going on this week, and we can only pray that the weekend coming is just as action-packed.
Let's go. That'd be great.
I hear Curtis is back.
Oh, yeah? Are you sure about that?
That's what he said.
All right, we'll see.
That's what Dan said it too.
He did say it,
But he said it last week as well, and he wasn't there. So I caught that, Dan. I saw what you said, and Curtis wasn't there last week. So this week is the week.
Yeah, we need Hollywood back.
Hollywood.
We need to do his segments.
Yeah, man. He's got to do his segments.
He better have some new shoes, too, when I see him. No pandas.
Great callback. We'll get with Curtis and see what he's got for us, man.
Yeah, boy.
All right. Well, what do you say? You wrap this thing up?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell the people something.
Go for it.
Big surprise for him next week. We got another interview coming.
Let's go.
If I wasn't hitting the road this week, I probably could have did it this week. But we got another interview coming. So don't forget, man. Just hit that subscribe button.
Yep.
You know,
throw some comments in there. Let us know what else we should do on the channel, what you want to see, what you don't want to see, how everything's working out, audio, everything looking good.
Yeah, share it with your friends if you can. I mean, a lot of your friends don't know how to work YouTube. Maybe they do. Maybe they're too busy. Just toss it on over to them. Send them a message. Copy the link. Yeah, right down there. Send it to your friends. And
there we go.
Help us grow, man. We're the men of the people, and this is the People's Podcast, man. We appreciate you guys.
That's 25 right here, 25 right here,